Hey, I'm on. Happy weekend. How good is it? We all need a weekend. I'm actually getting ready to go out to my friend's belated 40th. Her and her husband are both having a belated 40th tonight. And one of these days, I'm going to get around to having a belated 40th. I think at this rate, it'll be for my 43rd birthday. But that's all right. No one needs to know. It's all good. You guys, I've been blown away by the awesomeness. You guys have been throwing orders our way for the protein blend. We've spent the week learning about protein. We've spent the week learning about what your needs are and helping you get your needs met through food. And for those who are struggling to get their needs met through food, or they want a backup option, or they want something to give to their young child who has very limited food preferences, or do you know what the most common one that when people requested for us to make one over the years, the most common reason was that my teenage son is a gym junkie and he's downing the most horrible gunky whey protein powder. Can you please make a clean one so I can give it to him? Well, now I have, and now you can. So I'm so absolutely stoked about that. And so much gratitude to you guys who have already been throwing orders our way. Lots of you are jumping on that, but the two for what is it? The bundle for 10% off, which is awesome. Thank you. The pre-sale actually finishes on gosh, I'll have to confirm that with you, but I think it's Monday midnight. But we'll see. I'm going to show you a little bit about it so you know how awesome it is. Okay, so it's called the protein blend. We went through so many names, but we landed on the most simplistic, basic name. But it says what it is, the protein blend, and we feel like it's really the protein blend for us to reach for because we know, like the number that the research I did on this was kind of a little bit over the top, but I know that it is a fantastic option for every stage of life. So I'm pretty stoked about that. And personally, I really do think it goes beyond expectations. So let me tell you what's in it. It's 21 grams of protein. It's 29 when made on cow's milk because you put 1 cup of milk in there of your choice. I was always doing water, but why not pop some soy milk in, or why not put some cow's milk in and just make it even more? But 21 grams of protein for a really small cup, you guys. Like, you have seen our smoothies, maybe you haven't, but a lot of you have seen our smoothies and they're really big, right? There's a lot in there. This is like, I made it this morning and Jordan and I were just talking about how, like, how can you get that much protein in like this much, like, little snacky things? So it's really cool. So that's a really good dose of protein, even when you're comparing it against, say, a whey protein powder. This is where it gets a bit fun, you guys. So it has very strategic ingredients, carefully selected for their amino acid profiles, along with the nutrients that we need to absorb them. That is what is so often missing in so many protein blends. And so by so doing, we've also created this diverse and complete range, crucial for muscle growth and repair, as well as supporting whole body function. We've spoken about how important that is, the diversity of protein. We've spoken about a lot this week. So hopefully you know what that all means. And the next thing is actually, okay. So I put these photos in here. So that means that because it is built that way, it really is suitable for both little kids, like that's Rosie, our youngest, and myself. My 3, oh my gosh, they're now my 3 older kids. That one in the middle, she's in year 12. And then there's a little one in the red shirt. She's now in high school. So anyway, but you can give it to your kids as like a before school to make sure they get a bit of a protein hit before they go to school to keep their brains firing for the day. But you can also, this is the beauty of it, it's suitable for kids, but then the bodybuilders in your family that you love, maybe it's yourself or a partner or a teenager, it's super suitable for them as well. And that might surprise them because it's not whey protein based, it's collagen and some plant-based proteins as well. And most bodybuilders think they have to have whey protein, but I'm going to bust that myth in the Q&A on Monday. It is fascinating stuff. And then you've got the teenagers who are aspiring bodybuilders. That was really funny. This is actually the son of Lara, actually. Lara, he's a swimmer. He's actually a huge athlete, and he loves our smoothies. And she sent me this picture. And then you've just got your active teenagers, like that's Kaya. She was the one that was standing in the middle that I showed you before. That's her now grown up. She loves to go to the gym. She goes a few times a week. She loves to surf. And so for an active teenager who's not necessarily a bodybuilder, but someone who just is growing fast, they need, and they're active, they need that little bit of a boost. Plus, when you're in that culture of going to the gym a lot, these kids often feel like they need muscle recovery powder. And so this is going to suffice their need as well as give you peace of mind that it's clean and that they are getting a good healthy dose of protein. So also for me, that's me going into perimenopause. So women going to perimenopause, 42 is the average age going into perimenopause. So that is a perfect age for it. So that's why I'm now starting to think more about protein for me. And also for those who are already gone through perimenopause. And remember that special needs group of 65 years and up, they have a very strong need for protein, and it's suitable for the whole range. And that's why I love it so much. One of the reasons I love it so much. But also get this, you guys. Branch chain amino acids, or BCAAs, is the reason that people think that whey protein is the go-to for muscle builders, because the 3 different amino acids that are called the branch chain amino acids, they're the ones that people attribute muscle growth and repair to. And collagen is lower in those than whey-based protein is. However, I've done a lot of work to make sure that the ratios of each of the 3 branch chain amino acids replicate what is in a whey protein powder. So the ideal ratio for the 3 BCAAs is 2:1:1. And when I looked at the profile of it, actually took a bit of digging to get this information, but when I looked at the profile of all the other ingredients that are in with the collagen, it comes out at exactly the same ratio at more than double the quantity of BCAAs. Like, that's insane for a non-whey based protein. You're getting more amino acids for muscle growth, like way more. So I was so stoked about that. That is just such a huge plus for people who really care about muscle growth and repair. Now, of course, I'm all about nutrients. I'm all about the whole foods and the holistic approach, right? So I had to put these things in there. So we know that if we just get a bunch of protein, we are not going to necessarily absorb it if some things are missing, right? And so I made sure that there were all these nutrients there. We need all of those for protein synthesis, for protein absorption, and they're all there. I will say, though, that the vitamin C comes from the half banana that I suggest that you put in with a blend. So that's where the vitamin C comes. It's not in the blend itself, but everything else is. Now, the next one, diverse protein sources. Yes, we've spoken about that. That is going to help you get nutrient variety, but also reduce the risk of those deficiencies and chronic disease associated with that one-dimensional protein source intake that we spoke about. Was it yesterday or the day before? We spoke about how that studies show that it's actually quite a big risk if you're only focusing on one source of protein on the regular. You've got a much greater risk of all these chronic diseases and death down the track. But if we diversify the protein across plants predominantly, as well as some animal product is okay, which is what this blend is, then we are, 1, reducing those chances, 2, increasing our nutrient profile, and 3, supporting gut health through microbiome diversity. And I'm a huge believer in all those 3 things. And a lot of people also told us that whey protein gives them digestive discomfort. So this blend was engineered to be gentle on the digestive system and minimizing gas and discomfort that commonly happens when we have normal protein supplements. And there are some reasons for that, but I'm wanting to make this video a little bit shorter for you. Now, this one next, anti-inflammatory powder, like it, not powder, power. Like there is anti-inflammatory properties quite strongly through this blend, and so that's going to help just overall well-being. And of course, like I've said, it has collagen in it. Now, I love collagen because it has that holistic whole body approach to healing rather than just focusing on muscles, which is what the whey protein basically does. And so it's dairy free, which is what helps a lot of people. And also it's going to target your skin elasticity, your hair, your gut, your joint support, inflammation, connective tissues, bone health. Like that's what we want to be doing, because as we learned on day one, protein is not just about muscles. We really need to look at optimal function of the whole body. And so that's why we chose collagen instead of whey protein powder. And for anyone who's just joined, we know that collagen is shorter in some of those amino acids, but as I've just explained, those amino acids are made up for and more, almost double, in the other ingredients that we've brought in with the collagen. So it's just like the dream team. And also, oh, did I miss one? I did miss one. I missed a slide for this one. But green banana resistant starch is one of the ingredients that contributes to tryptophan, which is one of the missing amino acids in collagen, as well as providing a really awesome gut-loving starch, which reaches the colon undigested to nourish the gut bacteria there. So that's another reason that it contributes to that gentleness on the gut that is quite opposite to some of the protein supplements out there. And guess what else? It's keto friendly. So it's only got about 14 grams of carbs. And so it almost aligns with this very strict version of the ketogenic protocols, offering high good fats and high protein, which is awesome. And of course, it's nutrient rich. So along with all those micronutrients that we spoke about, it also delivers around 35% of our RDI of fiber, 25% of iron and zinc, and 20 to 25% of good fats, vitamin E, B6. I think that's where we landed. Now, what is not in it? All of these things are not in it. We don't have sugar. It's sweetened with just a little bit of 100% organic green stevia, which is just the whole leaf dehydrated and ground into a powder. Nothing else added. That's it. And I also add monk fruit powder because I find that any one of those, if you only use one, you get the aftertaste. And so by combining them, you don't get the aftertaste that is so like common with a stevia sweetened product. The monk fruit powder is the same. It's just monk fruit dehydrated, ground into a powder. A lot of, like, if you buy monk fruit at Woolies, it's most likely 99% erythritol with 1% monk fruit, which makes me so mad, but just rest assured this is 100% monk fruit. So that is how we get away with no sugar, but there's no fillers, flavorings, colors. We keep it very clean, no synthetic additives. Even like when people say natural colors, it's usually anything but natural. There are all these loopholes and there's not many laws around it. It's a whole nother topic, but there's none of that there. No gluten, and it's dairy free, lactose free. So we've got a broad reach there for a lot of people. That is kind of an overview. So there you go. Directions on how to make it, real simple. You know how much we love simplicity with our smoothies, and this is even more simple. The only thing you add is a cup of liquid and half a frozen banana. You don't even have to add the frozen banana, but the half frozen banana gives you a bit of vitamin C to help absorb all the protein, but there's lots of other things in there to help absorb protein too, but I still would do it. And also it really does kind of balance out, like makes it creamier, and it just balances out some flavors. So it's really nice with it, but I had it without today and it was totally fine. But yeah, 1 cup of water or milk. That's it. And then you just blend it up. I love to put ice in at the end because I love everything like crispy and cold. But there you go. Like that's literally about the size of the drink that you'd be drinking. And that's what I love. It's like a lot of people feel overwhelmed at having to to reach like 100 grams of protein a day. I've got to have like all these big meals and it just doesn't feel achievable or attainable. Hopefully it does since yesterday or the day before when I gave you some day on a plate suggestions and showed you that it doesn't have to look heavy. But if you are still feeling that way, I hope that you can take comfort in knowing that you can get 30 grams just in a small cup this big. Like it's not a big smoothie tumbler. It's this big. Sorry, I just like it blows my mind that you can get that much in. So, for all the people that have been asking about it, that is the little 101 on the protein blend. So, again, thank you so much for throwing your support behind us already. We've barely just put it out there, and there's already so many orders coming in, and it just really humbles us, and it's just so beautiful. We really appreciate you. And I hope that you love it and tell your friends. But have a great night. I'm going to head off to my friend's 40th, which is kind of feels a bit strange. It's like 5 p.m. where I am. And I'm going out. It doesn't happen very often, to be honest, at all. But I hope you have a great night and a great weekend. Oh, I'm going to pop in tomorrow and I'm going to show you a little demo of making it. I'll show you how simple it is to make and how small the drink is and what it looks like and all the rest. And then on Monday, I'm going to come in and do that Q&A. I'll get back to you with a time. I'll let you know in advance what time that will be. But if you have questions, send them my way and I will answer them on Monday. Have a great weekend. Bye.